resident, taxpayer, and voter. I'm glad today that we get to have this conversation about a severance agreement and general release. We didn't get the opportunity to have that conversation on October 21st, and I'm sorry for that. I thought it might be helpful at the beginning if maybe I explain what severance and what severance pay is, because I think there's a lot of misinformation out there and a lot of folks just don't understand. So in a state like Florida, employees in many circumstances can be terminated for no reason at all. It could be that your boss, you wear pink shirts every day and your boss doesn't like pink shirts. They can let you go for that. It could be like the discussion you were just having, maybe outsourcing legal services rather than having an in-house attorney is what you believe is best for this organization. You can do that. It could be that a person's position is eliminated. The county's not providing those services, or like in the case of Mr. Dean, you all transition to a county manager. In any of those circumstances, the employee isn't being let go for misconduct or having done wrong, stolen from the county. They haven't resigned. Their employment was just terminated. Most human beings and most human resource policies recognize that that can be really harsh on a person. And so most human resource policies, and Levy County's included, address severance pay. And what it says is, and I'll read from Levy County's policy, it's the policy of Levy County that severance pay may be granted to terminated employees under certain limited circumstances. Severance pay is intended to provide economic help to certain terminated employees while they adjust to their job loss. So severance pay is not punitive to the employer. They're allowed to make the decision they do, and nor is it a gift or a reward to the employee. It's simply to help them deal with the circumstance that they were placed in. So with that explanation, and I hope that's helpful to everyone, I sent you an email yesterday, and in that email, I explained to you why, in that moment on October 21st, I asked for the same severance pay that Mr. Wilberdine received. In that email, and I'm not going to go through it all, the email speaks for itself, but I also then relayed to you what the events were that occurred when I left this meeting on October 21st. Exactly what I did when I went back to my office, believing that I was acting pursuant to the direction and discussion that you all had. And then in the email, I tell you an alternative proposal that I have, because I appreciate that I've had 2 weeks to think about this. These kind of decisions are important. And having had that time, I realize I wouldn't ask the taxpayers of Levy County to pay me 20 weeks of severance pay. I've had the time to reflect on what my family needs, and I've accepted that this county is going to move forward without me. What I would ask is, while I was here, I had accrued, let me get to this page, I had accrued but unused sick leave and vacation leave that totaled 237.9 hours. Those were actual benefits that I earned while I was working here, and I just didn't have the chance to take them or use them because my employment was terminated. So I would ask just to be paid out for those hours. In addition, I would ask for the sum of $2,500. I've received the information for the county's COBRA health insurance continuation, and that sum will cover the cost of 2 months of COBRA, along with, I will obviously have to pay taxes on it because it's a payment to me, so that would cover that cost. The unexpected termination left me without health insurance immediately. I think it's no secret, everyone knows I had cancer within the past year and undergone treatment for that. I'm still undergoing treatment for that. So health insurance is an important thing to me, and that's the only reason I asked for that additional bit. So I prepared and attached to the email a substitute page 2 for that severance agreement and general release. And I would ask today, because I think it's important that we all get this matter behind us, and that you all move on, and that I move on to the next chapter of my life. So I would ask that you approve the agreement that I've previously signed, that we substitute page 2, and that you all today ratify that general release and severance agreement with the substitute page 2 that provides those 2 things that I just explained to you and nothing more. Thank you.
Thank you.